Happy Friday, boys and girls. Today in math, we're going to be doing another day of subtraction word problems. So we're going to get right into it. We're going to be doing the start, change, end diagram again. But today we might be doing some where maybe we don't know how much we're starting with, maybe we don't know what the change is, or maybe we don't know what the end is. Because sometimes in subtraction word problems, we aren't going to know what the person in the problem maybe started with, and that's okay. So I'm going to read you the first problem. Miss Casey has some books. She donated 146 books. Now she has 16 books. How many books did she start with? So again, I'm going to go through my problem and really pull out that important information. So I know that me, Miss Casey, I had some books. Okay, I don't know how many some is, but I know that she had some, or I had some. Okay, she donated 146. And now she has 16. So I know that I ended with 16 books. I don't know how many books I started with, right? Some books. I don't know how much some is. So I'm going to put a question mark here under start. And I know my change is 146. Okay, so now I need to solve to find how much books I started with. So, are you ready? This is going to sound so crazy because I know this is a subtraction problem, but I want you to add 146 and 16 together. Okay, so I'm going to set that up. 146 plus 16. I made sure I added, lined up my tens and ones. So now let me tell you why I'm asking you to add these, right? So I know that I donated 146. That's my change. And I ended up with this many. So I know that 16 is my difference, right? It's my end, it's my answer. So I know that's the difference between my change and my start. So I know if I add these together, that I should get what I started with. And then I'll show you how we can check to see if we got the right answer. So 6 plus 6 is 12. I know I need to leave my ones behind and regroup my 10. So 4 plus 1 is 5, plus 1 more is 6. And then I have no hundreds to add, so I'm just going to bring my 1 down. 162. Now, that should be what I started with. 162. So, how can I check to see if this makes sense? I can start over and subtract 162 minus 146. And my answer should be 16. So let's try it. 162 minus 146. Okay, well, I know I can't do 2 minus 6 because 2 is smaller, so I'm going to need to borrow from the 10s. So I'm going to borrow a 10. This is going to become 5, and this will become 12. Okay, 12 minus 6 is 6, and 5 minus 4 is 1. 1 minus 1 is 0. So my answer is 16. Isn't that how many books I ended with? So when you're solving a word problem, that the unknown, right, the thing that I don't know is in the beginning, I'm going to add the other 2 numbers in my problem so I can figure out how much I started with. We're going to try another one. Mrs. Chmielewski had some cupcakes. Max knocked over 216 of them. Now she has 375. How many did she start with? So I'm going to look through my problem again. Mrs. Chemlinski had some cupcakes. Okay. Then Max knocked over 216 of them. Now she has 375. How many did she start with? So I know that I don't know how many she started with, right? My start is my unknown. I know my change is that he knocked over 216, so I can think, well, she had a lot of cupcakes. Okay, and then Max knocked over 216, so I know that's my change in my problem. Okay, and she ended with 375. That's still a lot of cupcakes. So I'm going to do the same thing like I did in my last problem. I'm going to add together what I ended with in my change, and I should get how many cupcakes she started with. So I'm going to line up 375 plus 216. Okay, so I'm going to put 6 on top. So 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, so I know I need to leave my 1s behind and regroup my 10. So 7, 8, 9. And then 3, 4, 5. So, wow, she should have started with 591 cupcakes. Okay, so now I need to subtract to see if I got my answer right. So I'm going to subtract my start and my change to see if she really started with that many cupcakes. So 591 minus 216. All right, so I know I'm going to start in my 1s. Okay, I know I can't do 1 minus 6 because 1 is smaller, so I need to regroup. I need to borrow a 10 and regroup it to 10 ones. Now I could do 11 minus 6. So 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Okay, 8 minus 1 is 8, 7. And 5 minus 2 is 5, 4, 3. 375. So she started with this many cupcakes, 591. She lost 216 and she ended with 375. So when I am solving a subtraction word problem where my beginning, my start is unknown, I have to add what I ended with plus my change, right? What actually happened to find out how many I started with. All right, guys, that's going to be it for today. Now go complete exit ticket 417 on Seesaw and have a great weekend. Bye, everyone.